Okay, this is a continuation of the previous video file. My video camera shut itself off because of low batteries. As I was stating in the previous video, so look in the description of this YouTube video for that video so you can see what this dialogue is in reference to the continuation of what was at the end of that YouTube video. And I apologize, this might seem a little bit, I don't know, not well made, but you gotta do what you gotta do. The previous video that I was just making is in reference to the covert illegal GPS tracking of the target individual's cell phone, computer, and covert physical surveillance directly connected to organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. That video shows me explaining how they will set up audio and video surveillance of the target individual's location in reference to where they might go to be by themselves at, where they might go to rest at, to be alone at, so they're not being bothered. As a result of them seeing that the target individual has possibly been at this location more than once, they will then wait until the target individual leaves that specific location and then enter the location and prop up video surveillance, audio surveillance, okay, and whatever else. Sensors, whatever else. Now, all these things can be Googled. Right now, in my physical possession, I have a PDF file. I started to talk about it in the previous video. Now, remember, that YouTube video link will be in the description of this one, that video will at least be uploaded on the same date that this one is uploaded on. Getting back to, this is a continuation of those statements in that video. So, right now, in my physical possession, I have a video memory card. It's a video memory card that's got a PDF file attached on it. That PDF encloses, okay, some information pertaining to another extremely seasoned, educated target individual who did in-depth, exhaustive research pertaining to the covert surveillance of gang stalking targets. I think it's a he did a very good job. And basically what he did was he scoured the internet, did a massive amount of research in reference to the gang stalking perpetrators in reference to how they use covert surveillance and covert physical surveillance of the target individual. Now, in that YouTube video that I just got done making before the video accidentally shut itself, well, before it shut itself off because the batteries ran out, you hear me talking about how they will set up, they will ascertain where target's at. On the PDF file, it literally shows sections that he did in a blog pertaining to the factual reality that these gang stalking perpetrators do enter a target's home, their apartment, their motel room, their car, even their place of employment, and set up covert video surveillance, audio surveillance, even sensors. Now, say if a person goes to a specific area to rest, to be by themselves so they're not being bothered by the organized stalking, gang stalking, street theaters, the physical harassment that the target endures along their route every day. If they see that that target individual has been at this location more than once, which they absolutely see, so you gotta look at it this way. In order for the organized stalking, gang stalking target individual to be harassed along all their routes every day, everywhere they go, usually through sensitization methods, but also staged events, staged assault, staged arrest, whatever, they got to know where that selected target individual is at all times in real time in order to prop up the staged harassment. A target individual can go to 8 places in one day and experience the same exact identical harassment, sensitization methods brought about towards them, around them, concerning them, every day, everywhere they go, at each one of these 8 places. The only way that could be going on is through the covert surveillance and tracking of the target. So when you look at that factual reality, which can be Googled, then you can automatically deduce, even with just common sense, that the target individual is being tracked in real time at all times. So this propped up harassment can be brought about against the target and the other aforementioned descriptions like staged events, staged arrests, and so on. So if they're doing this against the target every day, all day long, every day, day in and day out, 24/7, and since it's all over the internet that they bring in landlords and property owners on board to engage in gang stalking of the target individual concerning where they're living at, including also motel rooms, businesses, universities, public libraries, bus transportation services, bus stops, walking routes. If they will prop up all these aforementioned techniques against the target every day, all day, everywhere they go, and where they live, do you honestly believe that they will not prop up physical overt surveillance covert surveillance around the target individual where the target individual might go to try and be by themselves, like a wooded area. Absolutely. Especially if they have ascertained, which they do, that the target individual has been there more than once. What they will do is wait until the target individual leaves that selected spot that they picked and set up covert video surveillance, audio surveillance, and possibly even sensors that will turn this video and audio surveillance on once the sensors have been tripped. Now, getting back to this individual that wrote some absolute, he basically wrote some information online pertaining to his research and probably, I think, also experience, okay, concerning how it's all over the internet that these filthy red-ass animal maggots set up video surveillance, audio surveillance, and more at the target individual's home, in their motel rooms, in their cars, where they work at. So do you really honestly think that they will not engage in behavior that they're absolutely already engaging in against every organized stalking, gang stalking target in reference to video and audio surveillance pertaining to the target individual's locations, especially locations that they stay at for a good amount of time, like their apartments, motel rooms, where they work, and so on. So if the target individual selects a spot to go to be at by themselves, to be left alone, and they've been there more than once, they can see that the target individual has selected this spot through GPS tracking. They will then wait until the target individual leaves that area and then enter it and set up video, audio, and possibly even sensors. So the target individual can be observed pertaining to what they're doing in this selected spot when they're there, i.e., they will then say, okay, well, we're observing what the target's doing. What they're doing right now and what they're preparing to do is going to make a little bit of noise. They will then prop up a useful idiot or a syndicate wannabe or a syndicate member to be on the physical property as that targeted individual is preparing to do something that's going to make a teeny bit of noise. They will then use that person to claim that they heard, saw the target or the target's property at the time the noise is being made, so they then can be used to either approach the target and or call the police. Staged events. And they do it based on the information they're ascertaining pertaining to what the target's doing in real time. And they will even use kids, teenagers, adults, homeless people, individuals acting like they're in the area for normal appearing reasons and or excuses. Any employment description. So what I do in response to this is predict what these filthy red-ass animal lion whores will do before they do it. I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams. Make sure you look at all videos that were uploaded on the same date that this one is, because I might not be able to title the YouTube video that this one is a continuation from. Okay, so just look at it. Okay, look at the YouTube channel in reference to all videos that are uploaded on this date or the next date. In reference to the next date YouTube videos are uploaded, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That PDF file that I'm talking about also is uploaded in, I believe it's uploaded into the blog UCSD and Law Library, Are They Networking Gang Stalking? Go to that blog, massive amounts of evidence, and research what I'm saying in reference to how they will set up audio and video surveillance in these aforementioned places that the target might be at. John Hall's all over the internet exposing about how these filthy red-ass animal maggots do this so they can then take the information that is obtained from the covert surveillance and then prop up staged events using normal apparent excuses that they tailor as a result of what is observed from the covert surveillance. So they can then use their maggot syndicated cops to say, what are you doing here, Leslie? What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. What's this property doing here, Leslie? And then they can arrest and or ticket the targeted individual. So it's nothing but propped up staged events based on the information they ascertain through the physical covert surveillance. They can even use my cell phone right now that is on my physical presence, on my physical body, as a microphone, so they can hear what I'm saying in real time. Now, these filthy red-ass animal whores through the cyber surveillance know that I predict what these animals are going to do before they do it. I've even told San Diego police officers that I do this. So, as a result of me talking, making a prediction like I'm getting ready to leave this area, no matter what area I'm at, I can make a prediction in my tape recorder, I'm getting ready to leave this area. Well, my cell phone is right below where this tape recorder is positioned at in my bra, okay, when it's put there. So they can hear me stating in my tape recorder, I'm getting ready to leave this area, no matter what area I'm at. Okay, let's see if anybody tries to physically assault me or claim they saw me coming or going or whatever. They can hear it through the speaker of my cell phone. And since they already have the useful idiots that they've decided to use for the day already physically propped up to be in the area, they then, through the GPS tracking of the same cell phone, which they can track down to the foot, they can ascertain where I'm at when I'm making these statements in my tape recorder. I'm getting ready to leave, like say to go to my bike, so I can then leave with my bike. Through the GPS tracking of my cell phone, they can see me walking towards that bike and prop up the physical useful idiots that they've decided to use for the day to assault me and or point the finger to law enforcement that I'm at this area or any other area. And these are the clever mechanisms and techniques of gang stalking. So Google what I'm saying, and you'll see I'm telling you the truth. Are they using also stingray technology illegally and criminally? Google that to gang stalking, organized stalking. Do it. So I'm predicting right now, let's see if I am arrested, especially in the next 72 hours, but definitely before November 16, 2015, the day of my next court appearance pertaining to an illegal lodging ticket I got in Rose Canyon. I gotta go to that blog, and you will see massive evidence that I'm being indisputably gang stalked in San Diego, and the fact that the San Diego Police Department will not do one damn thing about it, and the FBI has been notified on numerous occasions. They never replied once to tweets, emails sent to them. They haven't replied once because they don't give a shit. They don't care about American civil rights. They could care less. They're criminal maggots. Criminal maggots don't care about what they're doing to their victims. Of course not. Alright, I gotta go, and this is a prediction video. Thank you.